What up, y'all? It's PBJ back at it again with another video. So, um, basically, I don't know if you can tell just by the quality here, but I do have a new phone. So, I just got the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Uh, I'm definitely hyped about this. Gonna be able to make some better quality videos. I have more storage, so I can play around with bigger videos and different kinds of, you know, I can actually edit like longer videos now, so I don't always have to live stream when I want to do like practice stuff. So it's very, very good for me in the channel here. So I hope you're excited for some fresh quality content here. So beyond that, beyond my update about getting this new phone, I wanted to share some wisdom with you today. And this is something that resonates deep within my heart. The impossible. Now, what I like about this is that a lot of times when you think that something is just impossible, it's not physically possible to be done, and then you do it. It's like one of the greatest feelings ever. And it could be something so small and you just didn't believe in yourself, or it could be something bigger and you just didn't think it was possible, and then you proved yourself wrong. Now, impossible, when you think about it, in certain contexts, it can be subjective. Now, there's obviously the objective impossible. But the thing is, you never know what's possible and what's not. The world is full of mystery. And I love that a lot. I think that it's a good thing that there's mystery. Because if we did know everything, there would be no wonder. There would be no hunger for answers, you know. But beyond that, anytime that you think something's impossible, I want you to remember a couple things, okay? Two things in particular. There's one quote that I want to tell you, and then there's this sentiment from me that I want to tell you. So the quote is, "How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail?" What I love about that quote is that we never think about it until it's said. We never think about, if I stop being so negative for a second and I started believing and I started to become maybe a bit delusional in other people's eyes, maybe my life would be more fulfilling, as I would have a goal I enjoy chasing, and no matter what anybody else has to say about it, I'm going to chase that goal, whether impossible or not. I'm going to make it possible. And so what I think a lot of people have happened to them is, either a family member, a friend, somebody, some stranger, they tell you it's impossible for so long, you start to believe it. But really, what we need to do is the opposite. We need to be delusional in this aspect. We need to be able to dream bigger, as big as we possibly want. That is how big we need to be dreaming. And it's so important that we do this, because you never want to be satisfied. Like, you want to be able to look back and smell the roses and the garden that you've planted with all the progress that you've made over time. Of course you want that. But you never want to be satisfied as in just staying comfortable. You always want to have a goal that you have your sights set on. Makes your life very fulfilling that way. But enjoy it, obviously. But so the next thing, my sentiment. Let's say, right, your goal is to get to the stars. right? So you have something that you want to do, and it's the stars. If you shoot for the stars and you hit the moon, you're still farther, much farther than where you started. You're farther than where you started. You have made progress. Progress is very, very important, no matter how big or small. And you need to appreciate the small increments in order to let the big increments come. You need to be able to do the boring things that you have to do in order to get there. Like, for example, you could say weightlifting, bodybuilding as an example. Some of the most important movements that you can do, are not some crazy fad lift. It's just the basics. And people don't want to stick with the basics. They want to find the new fad workout that gives them abs in 6 minutes. They don't want to do the boring stuff that they need to do to get where they want to get. But you need to do the boring stuff. And some people enjoy the boring stuff. I do. It's a grind day in and day out. You're not going to get there, super quick, But what is going to happen is over time, you're going to learn a lot of lessons, and you're going to realize that half the goal was the friends that we made along the way, the accomplishments that we were able to make along the way. And when it comes to your goals, don't let anybody else tell you that you can't do it, okay? There have been so many people that have told me that I can't do something, and I not only proved them wrong, but I proved myself wrong because I stopped believing in myself. And there is a lot of pressure in the world. There is an immense amount of pressure. Like, it's so immense that it can feel just like very overwhelming. But let me tell you something, okay? With this immense amount of pressure also comes growth. Because when you're comfortable, you're not going to grow. It's when you're uncomfortable and you have to adapt that you're going to grow. And one thing that will always be super important when it comes to the impossible and chasing your goals is just never giving up. Because if you never give up, any loss that you have can only help you. True failure is giving up and stopping. That is true failure. But a loss is only a stepping stone to the finality of your goal. It is so important to not give up. No matter what anybody says. Like, people could be like, oh, well, let's say, for example, y'all know me, I love to arm wrestle. Like, oh, you can't beat that guy in arm wrestling. Or there's only a 1% chance that you're going to beat him. There's a 1% chance. You cannot dwell on the negative aspect of things. If you only dwell on the negative aspect of things, you're never going to get anywhere. You have to dwell on the positive aspect. Oh, well, nobody's ever beat him, for example. Well, I could be the first. Once you start thinking about things that way, your goals, the impossible, starts to feel possible. And these things that happen that make us believe we can't do something, you need to leave those things in the past. And obviously, they might come back from time to time and, teach you the lesson over and over again. But just understand, if you don't give up, you cannot lose. You cannot fail if you don't give up. Because every loss that you take is going to be one step closer to your goal. So don't give up, no matter how impossible it is. And don't let anybody else ever tell you otherwise from trying to complete your goal. And sometimes you're going to have to do the boring stuff and just grind. But you're going to get there as long as you don't give up. And this also, update on me, it applies to the practice that I'm going to on December 10th, this Saturday. It's arm wrestling practice. There's a guy that it's going to be so strong that you could say it's impossible for me to beat him. Well, there's still a chance. There's always a chance. And, you know, it might be somebody's bad day. It might be your best day. You never know what's going to happen. So just try your best. Because if you try your best, then that's all you can do. But try your best. Push your limits. Do what everybody thought that you couldn't do. Because you can do it. No matter what anybody says, you can do it. As long as you do not give up. So please don't give up, no matter how impossible something seems. Because at the end of the day, nothing is impossible as long as you never give up and you believe in yourself. That's all I have to say. I hope this video helped you. Now that I got this new phone, I am really excited to make some more quality content. I hope you've been enjoying the videos. I know that my channel is divided in a way where some people only want to see arm wrestling content, and the other people can appreciate the motivation I'm putting out there to help people. I understand that it's not everyone's, not everyone's gonna like everything, and I understand that. That's fine. But I hope those people, if you're watching this video right now, I hope that this video was able to touch your heart in some way. I hope that it was able to light a fire in you to say, I can do this. People have told me that I can't, but I can do this. And I'm going to, despite all odds, I am going to overcome any obstacle and never give up, no matter who says what. Because this is my life. This is my opportunity. Nobody can take that away from me. Only I can give up at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says and no matter what any situation that I'm in. So keep this in mind, and you cannot fail. Like, comment, subscribe, and those 2 words I say at the end of every single video. Stay jacked. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.